stream. We are going to be splitting wood. We missed our gym workout today. It's a beautiful night, and it is never too soon to get started for next year's winter. So we are going to get started right away with some splitting wood. We've got a beautiful view behind us, and yeah, let's get right into it. Feel free to chat while we're doing this. We're starting with a stubborn one. There we go. We'll just be tossing it off to the side. Don't need to stack it too pretty. Feel free to chat while we do this. Might move you guys a little bit closer just to make it easier to read any comments. Let's move you guys a little bit closer to the action. We got the log right about there. Hello, Darlene. How you doing? Just trying to get this camera angle set up nice so that I can read the chat easy without killing the phone while splitting wood. That's a bit better. Thank you. I was overdue for a haircut, so we lobbed her all off. We're just gonna go to town splitting this wood. James, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Gotta move this out of the way. This is it's gonna be our workout for the day. Splitting up wood. We got a big pile here to go. So we're gonna put the work in. It's nice and hot out. We got a beautiful view behind us. It's hard to complain today. Unintentional kindling right there. I don't plan to have to use this firewood anytime soon, but never too soon to get ready for next winter. Up here in the far north of Canada, winter comes almost as fast as it ends. So it's time to split wood and get ready for next year. Anyone who's feeling like chatting, feel free to drop some comments in the chat log. This stream is usually bumping, but it's small enough that we can chat. I enjoy our conversations. So feel free to talk, and I'm responding to everyone. Can never have enough wood. I think I went through about 7 cords of wood last year. And so as of right now, I have 1 full tote of firewood, a half a tote of kindling, and I got a big pile of wood here. I got a bunch cut down in the forest. And so we got to cut a whole bunch of wood. Merlin, how are you doing? You're asking how far north am I? I don't like to give the exact location just for privacy, but think towards Hudson's Bay. And Tam says hi. Hi, Tam, how you doing? We were just out here splitting some naughty firewood. This one's gonna give me some grief, I think. Sedone, how you doing? This one is more knot than firewood. It is nice. Normally, when I'm out here splitting wood with you guys, it's like minus 30, minus 40 out, and I'm all bundled up. It's nice to enjoy some warm weather today. Samira, hello. And Locke, not up here. We're too far north. Diddy's a little tied up at the moment. We're gonna grab another piece of wood here. Gotta move some of these logs out of the way. Goats, hello goats. My goats are coming to say hi as well. And you are new to YouTube. New to YouTube as in new to watching YouTube, or new to YouTube as in making content? Oh. Sorry, if I'm hunched over, it's because it's hard to see. The screen is pretty small. And Locke, I appreciate you. And Merlin says, how warm did it get today? Up where I am, it was like 27, 28 degrees Celsius. So probably, I don't know, close to 80 Fahrenheit. We are feeling good today. New to watching. Well, thank you for stumbling upon my live stream. I'm out here live streaming typically about 3-4 times a week, putting other videos out in between. We actually just got a new shipment of ducklings. So if you guys stick around long enough, we can go check out the baby ducklings. They are Appleyard and Orpington ducks. So we got about 18 ducklings. Hello, goats. Oh. The goats are hanging out right beside us on the wood pile. Hi, goaties. Hello. They are so much like dogs. The goats just want to be close. They want to see what you're up to. And yeah, I appreciate their company as long as they stay out of the way. Whew. We're gonna try to put the work into this today. Gotta be careful, I go too hard, I'm gonna break my splitting log. And James says, my back injury is healing perfect. Beautiful, that is good to hear. And Merlin, how you doing? You are in Nova Scotia. Nice. Oh. Yeah, we're feeling pretty good today. We're feeling pretty strong, but I've been trying to go to the gym a lot lately, but we missed our opportunity today. So I figure let's split some firewood instead. No shortage of physical work to be done on the homestead. Of course, like I said, I hope I don't need to burn this wood anytime soon, but it's nice to have it ready. The sooner in the season you split and stack it, the more time it has to dry out and the safer it is to burn. Wet wood creates a lot of creosote, which is dangerous in the wood stove. Let's grab another big one. Okay. We're gonna put the work in on this one. The bugs are out too, which is kind of annoying, but that's okay. Whew. We're feeling aggressive. Feel free to keep chatting, guys. The more you talk, the more breaks I get. James says, in high school, me and my little brother played American football. Nice. I never played any football in like high school or anything, just with the boys, backyard. I actually broke my nose once playing football with the boys. Elbow to the nose. And South Valley says, no more Coca-Cola. Happy Sunflower says hi. And Gemini says, well, I don't even know how to respond to that. We're just gonna leave it. I'll take it as a compliment. I hope you guys are having a good night. Let's try to keep it wholesome, friends. Let's keep it chill. Grundo, hello Grundo, how you doing? You guys chat, and I'll respond. I try to keep up with all you guys, so keep chatting and I'll keep responding. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We live off grid here, and so I heat the house with firewood, and so there's never It's never too soon to start splitting wood. Bonnie, how you doing, Bonnie? We are planning to put the work in and do a whole whack of wood here. Then when we're done with the wood, maybe we'll go check out the brand new ducklings, and maybe we'll take a look at the pigs. We can check on the rabbits. We've got baby rabbits as well. So we've got baby ducks and baby rabbits on the go right now. We just got the ducks in today. We ordered these ones, but we're also hatching another 30. So we got 30 ducks being hatched. We just bought 18 of them. So we'll have 48 ducklings, assuming that all the hatchlings go well. And Old Glory, how you doing, Old Glory? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night. Randall says, you're a handsome man. Well, thank you. I just got a fresh haircut. My wife trimmed my hair today. We're feeling good. And Liquid says, you're streaming, so you're very much on grid. Actually, we are off grid. There is a, I do have Starlink actually. Let's, off grid doesn't mean no power. It just means that I'm run by solar. There's the Starlink. There's the wood chimney stack right there. We got the goats right here. The lake. We got the garage. Somewhere back here is the solar panels. Right back there. We are very much so off grid. I have a beautiful one-of-a-kind property. I've got 156 acres on the lake. It's a peninsula, so I got water all the way around. One road in, one way out. And yeah, 150 MGS says, I'm spitting pure underrated game. I gotta read this before I actually say it out loud in case there's anything inappropriate hidden in here. 150 MGS says, I am the game. Sticky Heels, how you doing? I do remember you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for saying hi. And guys, if I miss anything you guys say, throw a couple exclamation marks in front of it so I can see it stand out again. I like to reply to everything. Sometimes I miss it though when the chat is just flying and it's just flowing. Summer says beautiful. You know what else is lovely? We got the goats hanging out in the woodpile with us. They just want to say hi. This one is due to get milked very soon. Yeah, we got the goats hanging out in the woodpile. We're just trying to clean up the yard here, get the firewood split, put some work in. We got the lake in behind us. It is lovely. Jericho, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, my wife gave me a haircut just this morning, actually. This morning after breakfast. So, we are just splitting away at the woodpile. Oh! I try to keep up with the chat. Happy says, I just want to hug them. And Christian says, cool goats. And Sticky Hill says, I'm a try every, don't know the emojis. And James says, I played running back. My little brother played quarterback. Nice. And Summer says, L14. Happy Sunflower wants to hug the goats. Okay, let's split another piece of wood. The center of my splitting stump here is hollow, so my axe keeps getting stuck in it when I push right through. Hey, Country Music joins the chat. Hey, Country. Okay. I have a feeling this one's gonna be stubborn. And yes, I did get a haircut. My wife cut my hair after breakfast today. Shredder says, General Blutcher thought he was going to give birth to an elephant. That's aggressive. Okay. This one might require a little bit of muscle. Okay. I was using this one as a splitting stump. So it is dense. I pounded all the fibers together, so we got to put some work into this one. We're not stopping till we break it. I could use technique, but I'm just going to use muscle. Bear with me, guys. This one's gonna make me sad, but we're gonna get it. Full of knots. Knots, there are lots. Come on, you bugger. There's a piece. That was a lot of swings for one piece of wood. And yes, summer's saying hi to country. Oh, this is why I was using this one as a splitting stump. It was full of knots. I wasn't breaking apart very easy. Hassan says hi. Hello, Hassan. Oh, come on. One more. There we go. One more and that'll bust free. Oh, I missed. I missed. Oh, that was a workout. I think I want to break it down one more time, but this big knot right here is what's holding all those fibers together. Oh, it smells lovely though. And Lynn says, can you do jumping jacks? As long as you don't think that's inappropriate. That was for you. I do some karate with my sons, and so jumping jacks is part of the warm-up. Oh, I missed. That was embarrassing, right in front of all my friends. Let's try that one more time. We're using the 8-pound Fisker splitting maul. This knotty piece. K-N-O-T-T-Y, not naughty as in bad. Oh, come on. I think a piece of it just broke off. Okay. We gotta keep putting the work in on this, but first, CHXR says hi, hello. And Country says, someone's a little bit hyper today. I didn't go to the gym today, and so this is the workout. And Primsby says, dude's beard has film grain on. Yeah, I know, it's a little unruly. You know what happens? I let it grow out nice and long, and then I cut my hair off, and then it looks 4 times longer. It gets a little bit, a little aggressive. We're in the far north in Canada, northern Canada. Blackout, welcome back to the chat. How you doing? Charlotte, hi, how you doing, Charlotte? Hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna keep splitting here. Keep chatting though, because everything you guys ask, I will do my best to answer. My beautiful wife is singing to our pigs. I'm trying to train my pigs to the song Tom Bombadil from Lord of the Rings, the books, not the movie. I figure instead of trying to train them to suey or come here, piggy, 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 we train them to the song Tom Bombadil. Oh. We are making some good work here. Greetings from Norway. Hack on, how you doing? Greetings from northern Canada. We are just splitting some firewood to get ready for next winter. Up here in Canada, winter comes faster than we want it to, so we gotta be prepared. Always splitting wood, getting ready. We're gonna grab a new piece of wood here in a second. Creating change, how you doing, creating change? I try to jump in and see you streaming all the time. Anyone who wants some good vibes, go check out Creating Change. He's got a YouTube channel, does a bunch of live streams and puts out motivational content. So go check out Creating Change. If anyone else in this chat has a YouTube channel, say, I got a channel in the chat, and then I'll check you out, other people will check you out, and we'll grow the community. And Ryan, how you doing, Ryan? The algorithm is starting to show you some real love. Traffic has been great. Yes, thank you, Ryan. we have been doing quite well lately. We broke 1,000 subscribers thanks to you beautiful people. We've been having good chats, good conversations with everyone, and let's just keep that that train rolling. Manpreet asks, how far north? I'm trucking my way back from Vancouver, getting ready to sleep in Long Lac. You are further south than me in Long Lac there, but Long Lac, Geraldton, it's a beautiful place. I know that part of the world very well. And here in northern Norway, winter is every day. 2 weeks ago, during our live stream, it was snowing. So yeah, we had snow 2 weeks ago. Hakon says, just subscribe, my man. Well, thank you. I appreciate the subscription. I appreciate the views. Creating Change says, I'm outstanding, brother. Thanks, man. I appreciate you doing that. No problem. There are so many awesome creators on this platform. And if anyone watching is a creator, just say hello in the chat. Maybe say, I'm a creator, or tell us a little bit about your channel. I want to hear if anyone on here creates any YouTube videos, just give a quick little blurb and I'll shout you out. And anyone who is thinking about making a YouTube channel, whether you're thinking about doing it just for the fun like this, just enjoying people's company, or for, you know, monetization reasons, there's no time like the present after you leave this stream. Don't leave yet. There's no time like the present to get started. It's a lot of fun. I'm really digging these live streams because we get to chat, we get to have good conversations and make friends. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and I get to show off my wood splitting abilities. I've swung the axe over 10,000 times, I am sure. And Creating Change says, always good vibes. Hakan says, it's actually pronounced Hawk-N. Hawk-N. Well, Hawk-N, thank you for correcting me. I will get it right next time. And Samuel says, if you're in Norway, how is it this day? It's 3 a.m. And Hawken says, it is almost 3 a.m., Samuel. Creating Change says, hit the like button for your amazing host, y'all. Let's go. Okay, let me grab another big one. We're going to split all the big baddies today. We're going to go grab one that's not small. Oh boy. We're going to use some technique on this one. Okay, this is a biggie. I'm going to show you guys a thing or two about splitting wood. So this is also a super knotty piece, so I'm probably going to embarrass myself after telling you guys I'm going to show you how it's done. But we got a knot right here, another big face knot right here. This one's going to be aggressive because this is where a big branch, the tree had split into two. That's where that was. But the best way to actually split a big stubborn piece like this is not to go through the middle. It's to actually chink off the sides. So I'm going to start by breaking down the sides and making this thing smaller, make it more manageable. Okay, let me show you how it's done. So we're going to start off on one side. There goes a piece. We'll spin around a little bit. There goes a piece. We're going to come around a little bit more. There goes a piece. We're almost off our log, but there goes a piece. Just like that, we're going to break it down as we go around and try to avoid those knots. How you doing, hun?
Good. I was wondering if you ended up having time when you're done doing that in live stream, if you'd like to live stream, maybe lift up the wire if you have time.
Yeah, I could try raising the pig's electric fence wire.
Cool. Or alternatively, taking the wooden fencing off of their little area. No pressure.
That won't be a thing for tonight, but
fair.
I will raise their electric fence wire. I've got my pigs free ranging in the forest right now. And what I did is I fenced off about a ½ acre with electric fence wire. And it took me a while. If you've seen any of my other live streams, you would have seen me chasing my pigs through my yard. It took a while to train them to the electric fence. And every time I tested it where I let them out, I had to chase them back in because they didn't respect it. Now they respect it. So they've been staying in for the last 4 or 5 days. They haven't got out once. And now they have about a ½ acre to just graze, roam. My goal is to just raise them through my forest. I've got about 130 acres of forest, and I want the pigs to just graze through that forest and thin it out for me.
And they are super happy, by the way.
And James says, my wife have to take me to the doctor tomorrow. Well, hopefully everything goes smooth. No, I was getting a text, but I missed it. We'll catch it later. Okay, we're gonna keep breaking this down. I'm kind of avoiding the 2 gnarly spots right now. We've gotten it about halfway through, but I got 1 gnarly knot right there. Cody, look out. Oh, there we go. At this point, I might have to go through the middle. So let's just give her. Come on, you bugger. Ah! Oh. Those strikes were almost all perfect. In case you guys can't see, that was good. We're gonna flip it over and we should be able to get it now from the other side. Creating Change says, hit it harder. Okay. Oh. Stay on the log. We're close. There we go. Oh, it's a lot of work. Naughty piece of firewood. These are the ones. These are the ones that you just throw in the outdoor fire because there's so much work to split. And Lewis Two Shoes says, "What are you doing?" Gino says, "Hi, hi, Gino. How you doing? Welcome back." Penn says, "You need a wedge." We're doing this for the workout, so if we're putting some work into the harder to break pieces, that's okay. There's definitely better ways to do that, but we get her done. I should break this one down a little more, but I don't know if I want to. Maybe we'll set it aside, we'll do a couple easy pieces, and then we'll come back to it. This one is just pure knots. I mean, if you could see this, the way the wood is all warped, and you got one knot right there, the wood warps around, there was another knot there. You know, she's aggressive. And Penn says, you are getting a good workout. Yes, thank you. I'm gonna be sweating soon. And Lewis says, my 112-year-old grandma lives nearby if you'd like a hand with that. Send Granny over. She lived through the war, man. She's tough. Granny, ain't nothing gonna take her out. Send her over, she'll split the whole pile. I'll sit on the porch drinking lemonade. Let's grab another piece of wood, guys. Let's go with an easier one. And hopefully I'm not eating my words. Lily. Lily. Hello, Lily. Come say hi. Where are you going? She's going under the house. It's cooler under the house. So she wants to go hang out under the house. And Manpreet says, oh, burn. And Creating Change says, makes it a pain to split with all the knots. Lewis says, haha. Creating Change says, let's go, Granny. And Eric, welcome back to the chat, Eric. How are you doing? Hope you had a good day. Oh, we're starting to break a sweat. I feel it coming on. When you guys get sick of watching me split wood, you guys let me hear it. There's other things to do, but splitting wood is enjoyable. Until it's not. Get it? That's a pun. K-N-O-T. Until it's not. Let's just break this apart. Come on. This one we'll have to hit one more time. And any walleye in that water? Yes. The other day, I think it was Sunday on live stream, I was out there fishing, caught 5 on stream. Lots of walleye. Yesterday, I went out at 5 a.m. with my oldest son, and we caught 3 walleye, 1 crappie, and 1 northern pike. Lots of good fishing there right now. There's normally no traffic out here because this lake is pretty well isolated and private. However, the Memorial Day weekend up here in Northern Canada, we get a lot of people touring up here. A lot of Americans come up for fishing, and so there was a boat hanging out there earlier. Actually, I see one in the background. One is way out on the other side. They can access it from another lake and then cut through a little river to get over to my lake. And yes, a good day in fishing indeed. And Dee says, I wish I could help you with that. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate the offer. And Creating Change is throwing out the double tap the screen and like the stream. Thank you. And Manpreet says, living the dream. Penn says, you are living the dream of mine. This was my dream too. It wasn't always my dream. I grew up in a city. I lived in a city. You know, not to get political, but when the big vid happened back in 2020, almost everything in my town shut down. And it shut down for a long time, like over a year. There was no pool, there was no library, they shut the parks down. There wasn't much to do. And so when the opportunity to come off grid and live out here came up, I thought, why not? And so we took the risk, we came out here and we started the homestead. I built a barn, built a ton of fencing, and we've gotten rabbits, goats, pigs, ducks. I feel like I'm missing something, cows. And so yeah, we got the whole homestead. Let's take a quick break from splitting wood and go check out the new baby ducks. I'm going to turn you guys off of Starlink so it doesn't cut out. Guys, sometimes I lose you guys when I disconnect Starlink. And Dee says, I am cutting trees in my yard with a handsaw. Nice. I actually just cut down some branches yesterday. Whew. So let's go take a look over at our ducks. We just got brand new ducks, and then we'll take a little walk around the pigs. Let me hear in the chat if I just lost you guys when I disconnected. Can you guys still hear me? Are we still here? Sometimes when I disconnect from Wi-Fi, it's seamless. Other times I lose you guys. And Eric says, how's? You're good. Okay, thanks guys. Let's go check on the ducklings. So I have them in my feed shed here. This is where I store all my different bags of animal feed. And here are the brand new baby ducks. Hello, ducklings. So we got them under the heat lamp here. Maybe I can move that out of the way. Give you guys a better view of the baby ducks.
How are they doing?
They look good. Hello, wife.
Hello.
Let's move the heat lamp up and out of the way.
If the goats come in there, it's okay. There's nothing for them to eat, just so you know.
Okay.
It's okay.
Ah! Bang our hook up. The goat is coming to say hello. And here they are. So we got apple yard ducks. The ones with the black heads are apple yard ducks. Appleyard, apple yard. And the other ones without the black head are actually Orpington. So these are Orpington ducks. And so I set up this little duck run for our ducks last year. Hey goats. Hello. And so here they have it here. This is just to get them started. It's just a nice safe spot for them. I have them in a wood box. It's screened in. It's inside the shed. So it's nice and safe for them until they get bigger. Once they get bigger, we'll move them out to their log cabin. So the goal, I got these ducks here, and then I'm also hatching another, I'll let this down. I'm hatching another 31 ducks. So I have 31 ducks hatching right now in the house in the incubator. Come on out, guys. Come on out, Evie. Hey, you can't get any food right now. Come on. Okay, girl. Come on. Hello. Say hello to the camera. Okay, let's turn the light off. She's probably gonna hop right back in. Oh yes, I knew it. I knew it. Come on out, puppy. Okay. Out of the feed shed. So anyway, like I was trying to say before I interrupted myself, guys, you guys want it? You don't need to use that to cut the lawn. You guys can absolutely just use your teeth. So unnecessary. Hey, you're both girls. No need to cuddle. Anyway, that's the goats. Oh boy. Are you okay, girl? She kicked you off. You guys are doing acrobatics. Let's go see if we can find the forest pigs. And yes, D says, you're great, storms knocking down trees. And I have a 10-inch saw. Not too much sawing as I burn in a homemade pit. Nice. And I have a giant fire pit set up right now, but there's a lot of forest fires up here in northern Canada right now. It's been a really dry spring. So this is just gonna sit here until we get a bunch of rain, and then I can burn it up. Hi Eric, how you doing? And James says the doctor's appointment is for my ribs. Well, I hope everything goes well, and I hope your ribs are healing quick. I mean, ribs are never a fun injury because there's not much they can do to help you. So I got this electric fence set up, and I have it very low to the ground right now. In fact, you can hear, you won't be able to see it, but you can hear the sparking. I assume you guys can hear that click, click. I have it set so low because I got these pigs 2 weeks ago, and they were little, they were piglets, but they grow fast. And so this electric fence is putting out 13,700 volts. Here are the pigs hiding in the forest right here. We'll get a closer look at them in a second, but those pink things, that be the pigs. And so I'm just gonna raise the electric fence up a little higher. I gotta give them fresh water too by the looks of it. But I had it so low because they were so small. Now they're big. They grow fast. I got these pigs when they were about 40, 50 pounds. They gotta be like 90 pounds now. 80 pounds. We'll call it 80 pounds. Especially the big honker. Look at Big Bertha over there. They are dense, they are big. Oh, they got lots of water. I threw a bunch of food in here for them. And James says, I strongly dislike electronic fence. The main reason I did the electronic fence was to give them a large area, and I want to rotate them through the forest. So I got them set up in about a half an acre of forest right now. And got to make sure this wire is set good. So I've got them in about a half an acre. This way they can just roam around, they can clear up the bush. And of course I feed them hog feed as well. I am not gonna touch it. I'm gonna show you guys how much voltage we're putting out on this thing. This thing scares me. Okay, look at that. We've got, oh boy, it's hard to see with the camera, 13.7 kilovolts. 13,700 volts. I have touched it and it hurts. So we are not gonna do that on live stream. Not again, we have before. When I was setting it up, I did it on purpose and it's not very fun. So we're just gonna raise this all a little higher because we don't want them stepping over it either. Oh boy, what did I just do? That's ground wire and it's arcing. Why is the ground wire arcing? Somewhere I have something touching because the ground wire should not be arcing. That's okay. And DeQuero says, hey bud, just subbed and liked. Thank you. And Clara says, OMG, pigs, so cute. Touch the pig, not the fence. Okay, we will. Sorry, I thought you wanted me to go touch the electric fence. I do have to fix one wire. The ground wire is arcing out, which tells me that somewhere I have a short in the electric fence, but it's still shooting out 13,000 volts. Kathy, how you doing, Kathy? And it's me telling you, says, you hold back dinosaurs with that much voltage? Oh, I'm holding back the goats, the pigs, and the dog, that's for sure. It is nasty, but I like it. And it was a cheap, oh, we got a squirrel over here. What you doing, squirrely? What you doing? Guys, you wouldn't believe it, but I got bit by a squirrel yesterday. One of these little buggers. You wouldn't believe it unless I showed you. It's probably not going to show very well on camera, but right here, a squirrel bit me. The little bugger was in the feed shed. And I didn't know it was in the feed shed. I went into the feed shed and I opened the door. It jumped out, bit me, took off. Needless to say, he is going to be made use of. He's in the live trap right now, and we're going to try to catch the fox with it. But now I'm seeing this squirrel. I'm thinking it's... Anyway, these are dark thoughts. This is the pen that I set up with them initially. So initially what I did, you can see I got a post there. I ran the electric fence inside of here. in order to get them trained on it. They had no idea what an electric fence was, so I set them in here to train them on it. And now I have it open. So I have it open, they can come and go as they please. They've got these totes that I cut the side walls out of. That's their home. And yeah, let's go see the pigs. We're gonna come around here. The electric wire is down on the ground here. So this is just arcing out on the ground. We're gonna ignore it for now, but we're gonna turn off the electric fence and fix that in a second. Let's just step over that little lightning blaster. And Manpreet says, not seeing any black flies. Is that because of the dry weather time of year? I've had a bunch of bad experiences with monster flies up north, so I'm always concerned. They definitely will come and carry you away. Come here, pigs. Now, one thing to note, the pigs might be a little bit nervous around me because I was the one who trained them on the electric fence. And so usually I was nearby when they were getting shocked because I had to monitor it. So every time that they'd walk up to the wire, I was usually there to make sure they didn't go through it. And so they're a little bit nervous. Yeah, they're a little nervous around me. I don't know if they're gonna want me to pet them or not, just because they've been shocked. Hey guys. Come here. Okay. Hey buddy. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, you got some food here. You are a nervous Nilly. Oh, how about you? Oh, you're okay. Yeah. Which one of you is my friend? One of you is my friend. I think this guy. There you go. Here are the piggies. And what power source do you use to run the homestead? So I've got a generator as well as solar. I have 19.8, but 20 kilowatt hours worth of batteries, lithium iron batteries, also known as LiFePO4 batteries. And that's what we use to power the homestead. We got 8 of those bad boys. They're 24 volts, 100 amps. And so that gets us to 19.8 kilovolts. And then for things like the electric fence, I have different batteries set up. I have a bunch of solar panels. I got one of them set charging to a solar panel, and I just keep rotating them back and forth. But I've got more solar panels and charge controllers, so I really should set up the other one. But yeah, here are the piggies. We're gonna go disconnect the wire for a second, and we're gonna fix the one that's on the ground. Because while it's arcing out on the ground, we are just burning electricity for the sake of burning electricity. So we got to be careful we step over the wire. I actually should take this whole area down. I had set up a smaller area here. You can see this wire right here, just to train them in, but I've raised it up off the ground. And that way the pigs have more room to run around. I needed to get them used to it. I required some training. So I set it up inside their pen, then I gave them a little bit more of an expanded pen, and now I got to take that down because there's no reason for it. So let's go turn the electric fence off for a second, remove that wire, and then we'll turn it back on. Make sure we don't shock ourselves in the process. I've done the whole time it thing where every 3 seconds you get a volt. So you try to fix a wire by going 1, 2, 3, pull, 1, 2, 3, pull. And every once in a while you get hit and it hurts. So let's disconnect that and let's fix that wire before they realize what I just did. This is the hog feed. I've got a 2,000-pound bag of food right there. And you ever get a windmill for power? So I don't. However, I was talking to another off-grid guy who did try the whole windmill thing. He said his windmill got hit by lightning 2 different times and it shorted all of his equipment. And so he gave up on the wind turbine. He said the first time it was his fault. He didn't have ground rods installed properly. The second time he put the ground rods in, still fried everything. So yeah, I guess that's the risk of using a windmill. The ground rods will work if they're very deep and you have lots of them and the ground is damp. But if the ground is dry, they're just not going to take that voltage. And so then you end up frying all your electricity or all your components, your charge controllers, voltage regulators, all that fun stuff. So we're just going to remove this wire altogether here before we set this back up. Got it as a bit of a tangled mess. So the whole goal with the pigs here is to graze them through the forest. So once they've adequately cleaned up all this underbrush and thinned out some of the bush, then we can just move them down the field, move them down the forest. This squirrel, man, I think he knows. I think he knows what I did to his friend. But listen, your friend bit me first. It was his fault. He is scoping me out. Ugh. Anyway, let's just keep doing our thing here. Just one more spot. The pigs haven't gone anywhere. They're still right here. Oh boy. We'll set you guys up looking at them. And then you guys tell me in the chat, we'll start a poll. Do we want to check out the baby bunnies or do we want to get back to splitting wood? So we're gonna go split wood versus baby bunnies. What's next? Start the poll. You guys let me know what you want to see next. Do you guys want to see baby bunnies or do we want to get back into the grind and keep splitting some firewood? I'm just going to disconnect this wire while you guys let me hear it in the chat or in the poll. Bear with me, I just got to untie some knots. And knots, there are lots. There we go. You can disconnect this wire. There we go. And we'll save this for future use if we ever need to, well, when we go to do a new area. And we're getting some comments in the chat. Michael says, baby bunnies. Ancient says, you have bunnies? Bunnies? I have lots. We're gonna leave the pigs here. What I gotta do here soon, I'll give them a few more days like this and then we're gonna take down the pen altogether. Right now it's open so they can come and go as they please. But we're gonna take it down altogether here soon now that they respect the fence. We do have to raise the fence up a little bit. Now that they're big. There we go. Let me just do a little walk around. Raise the fence as we go. Oh, then we will go see what we are doing next. And the one and only Zimmy Tinme says hi. Hello. How are you doing, friend? Oh, we were splitting a bunch of wood. Then we were just in the forest with the pigs. And now we don't have many votes, but it's outstandingly baby bunnies in the chat. So I think that is where we're going next. We got to turn the electric fence back on before I forget. And I got to fix the one wire that was grounding out. So let's fix that one wire and then I think we're gonna go visit the baby bunnies. There we go. Let's plug that back in. And what are we reading? 13.4, 13.6 volts. We are back in business with the electric fence. Let's end that pull. Our hair's a mess after all that wood splitting. And Cold Dog says, what's up? We are just about to go visit some baby bunnies. We were just hanging out with the pigs. There's some smoke in the air. You see the sun is nice and red. There's a cow back there. The goats are loving my firewood pile, eating all the leaves, all the pine needles. Oh, don't worry, Christian. We're going to the bunnies right now. So I have them in two separate areas. The first is a hutch because I've got baby bunnies in there and it's the safest spot for them. And then the other area is more of a colony. So there's a whole whack of them together. So let's go see the bunnies. And Cold Dog says, bonfire with the boys? My kids maybe. Okay, let's come into the hutch and look at the babies. Oh, there they are. We are exploiting the baby bunnies for some views here. Look at them. We got it. We're probably 2 weeks old here. There they are, all snuggled up in the corner. Everyone's doing really well. Cal asks if they are dinner. So I'll tell you a thing or two about baby bunnies. And Kof Dog says, are they pets? Do you use them for something? So, here's Mama. Hi, Mama. Hi, baby bunnies. Let's go look at the other bunnies and I'll tell you about a little bit about it. So, everything on the homestead is used for some source of nutrition. The goats, we actually use them for milk. We harvest goat milk off of all the ladies there that they can. The dog, she's here for protection. Hi, Lily. I don't eat you. You're not food. The rabbits are for meat, but we also use them for barter and trade. To give you an example, I traded 5 bunnies for the 18 ducks. So, yes, they are a source of food. We do eat the ones that we don't trade, but otherwise we do a whole lot of trading. Everyone loves having a good supply of bunnies, and yeah, they're adorable. They're a quick and easy meat source. We try to take really good care of them here. We got lots of food, lots of water. Nerd with ADHD says, hey man, hi. And the ducks are primarily for eggs, but here's the thing about animals. The females are for eggs, the males are for meat. I can't milk the males and I can't get eggs from the males, so they turn into meat. You only need about 1 male. 1 second, just checking. Nope, not a tick. So with the rabbits, with all animals basically, you only need 1 breeding male for about 20 other mammals. So that goes for cows, that goes for goats, that goes for rabbits. Ducks, I think the ratio is more like 1 to 10. But you don't need too many boys. If you have too many boys, they end up fighting. They could hurt each other. That's just the nature of the beast. And yeah, so let's go see my cow. Since we're seeing everyone, we might as well go see the cow. So what ends up happening on a homestead is you end up with a surplus of male and animals. Dog says Ford or Chevy. I've had both. Right now I'm driving a Ford F-150. I also have had a Chevy Silverado, a Dodge Ram. I hate to say it, but they're all kind of terrible in their own ways. They all have their warranty issues. They all have their breakdowns, their recalls. To me, a truck is a truck is a truck. They get the job done. Albeit, I wouldn't mind having a Ford F-250 for the just the pulling power. It's kind of hard to ship these cattle around. Hey, Gabby. So, on one of the live streams, my cow got a little spooked. There was a coyote or a wolf in the tree line, and it scared her something fierce. And I did something stupid. I turned my back to her. So I was facing this way, looking out in the field, trying to find out where it was, and she kicked me. She kicked me hard. If you guys check out my YouTube short, it's something like I got kicked by my cow. Put a bruise on the back of my leg like this immediately. They have a lot of power on them. This girl is a Black Angus. She's 2 years old. Oh, she's a good girl. Hi. Hello. So yeah, that's Gabby. Let's see. Did you have a 5.3 or a 6.2 Chevy? I think it was just a 5.3. That sounds right. And Freshly Wild. Welcome back to the chat. How you doing? Freshly Wild says, click like for the sake of Jim Carrey and Bret Hart. And Manpreet says, please watch this video concerning farming. It's a classic 1 minute 30 of British humor. After this, of course. What's the video called, Manpreet? And Christian says, nice cow. She is. She's a really good girl. Like I said, she kicked me one time, but it wasn't her fault. Something was spooking her. I went to calm her down and I turned away from her, which was just stupid. That was my fault. So yeah, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. And you should get an SXS or a four-wheeler to get around the farm. I do have a four-wheeler down by the lake. I think the fuel pump went on it. I had to drag it off the ice before the ice melted. So yeah, I just got to work on it. I think it's probably the fuel pump. It might just have a gummed up fuel line filter. So I got to take the fuel line off, run the engine and see if it's pumping fuel. If it's not pumping fuel, it's the fuel pump. And otherwise it's just a clogged line, which I'm hoping, because that's a lot easier. But yeah, we just got to tear it apart and get on it. So yeah, sooner rather than later, I should take it. I should at least tear it apart so I can look at ordering parts. And Manpreet says, it's a funny clip from a show I never watched, but was going to use a quote from it, but it's better to just watch it yourself. And Freshly Wild says, do you make goat milk cheese? So we do drink a ton of goat's milk. I actually haven't bought any cow's milk for like a month. We've been drinking exclusively goat milk, mostly from this mama, but also that mama over there. So her baby is this one. Her baby is this one. Yep, that one. And so we have been drinking tons of milk. We actually ordered some, so you need special bacteria to help you with making goat cheese. It's called Chevre, Robbie. I don't know, it's something like that. But I ordered it online, but up here in Canada, there's a postal strike, so everything's really slow. And so I ordered that a couple weeks ago, still hasn't come in. But we do plan to make some goat cheese. Just right now, we've been drinking so much of it that we haven't really had a surplus to make any yogurt with. And Freshly Wild says yes. How do you pronounce chevre? 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 Chevre. How do you pronounce that word? And Freshly Wild says yummers. And we got Lily way back there, doing her thing, protecting the farm. Look at that sun. There is so much smoke in the air from the forest fires. So all that gray, that is all smoke. That isn't clouds, that's all smoke. We have a ton of fires up here. And Freshly Wild says, chevre, 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 chevre. Cough Dog says, not to be weird, but I wonder if what the goat feels when you're milking them. Pleasure, pain, or nothing. So a bit of pleasure and a bit of pain, I'd say. So we actually use what's called bag balm, or we have a homemade yarrow balm using yarrow leaves, the yarrow flowers. But basically you add like a moisturizing cream and ointment on the udders. That way there's no friction, it's not rubbing, it doesn't hurt. And they actually, I would say they feel relief, because as their milk supply builds up, there's a lot of pressure. And because the babies are weaned off, the babies aren't eating, so the babies aren't relieving that pressure. So Mimi over here, when it's milking time, she'll come jump on the table. She'll run, jump, put her head in the headlock, and she just stands there getting ready. So she enjoys it. It gives her a big sense of relief. But you do have to moisturize the udders, otherwise there's too much friction and it doesn't feel great. And Just the Dude says, you guys get yarrow? Thought it was like a desert plant. No, yarrow grows on almost every continent, I believe. Yarrow grows everywhere. We also have a ton of wild strawberries. If you see all this, I believe this is them, but we have a ton of wild strawberries that grow here. You can just sit through the fields eating strawberries all the time. It's amazing. Daisy says, hi. Hello, Daisy. How are you doing? We're just hanging out with the animals right now. I think we're going to go back to splitting some firewood here, but yeah, that's kind of the tour. We showed you guys the ducklings, the pigs, the goats, the cow. And of course, Lily is way back there doing her thing in the background. She's a yellow lab golden retriever. She's a good girl. I gotta see, I don't know what plant this is. This might, I don't know if this is just thistles or is this some sort of plant growing up here. I'm way zoomed in, sorry guys. But yeah. No Ego, welcome back to the chat. How you doing, friend? And Cough Dog says, so in the wild, if the baby dies, does the mom goat just hold all the milk, or what happens to it? So either she'll dry up and everything will be fine, or She'll get, I think it's called masticized, mastitis, something like that. Basically, she'll get a blocked duct and it'll cause a lot of pain. It'll get swollen, could get infected. I assume when there's enough pressure, it'll just release. But yeah, it's not a great situation. What are you, don't run me over. Don't. Whew. I thought I was about to get mowed over. Y'all see that? That was like the Lion King. I was Simba's dad in the bottom of the trench. I was about to get run over. No, they're not dandelions, but I can't tell if these ones look like I can't tell if that's the strawberry or not. I don't know. Maybe not strawberries. Maybe not yet. Maybe not these ones. My wife is the flower girl. Chevy, welcome back to the chat. Chevy, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And Just a Dude says, probably not what it is, but that's what it looks like. Not those ones, the other ones you showed. Okay, there's a little bit of everything growing. Whatever the goats haven't eaten are kind of popping up. They could be, I don't know. I'm not the flower guy. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm speaking outside of my realm of knowledge. I do know that there's a ton of wild strawberries that grow here. That is true. Oh, we got another squirrel going in the feed shed. We're going to have to deal with these squirrels. I'm not going to do it on stream, of course, but for those who missed it, I got bit by a squirrel yesterday. It was in the feed shed. Lily, go get it. Go get it, Lily. It was in the feed shed, and the moment I opened the door, it jumped out and it bit me in the leg. And that was not a good situation. And so I got rid of it, but I see another one. And do you have any barn cats? No barn cats. You know what? I actually have a friend who had a really bad experience with barn cats because they also have rabbits like me. And what ended up happening is their barn cats ate all of their baby bunnies. And every time their bunnies would have a litter, the barn cats would find their way in and they would unalive the baby bunnies. And so I do not do cats. We stay away from cats. I'm also allergic to them. I'm allergic to rabbits as well, but I deal with it. But yeah, no cats. No cats on the homestead. And how do you get rid of squirrels? It's only one way. I mean, you could live trap them, I guess, but what are you going to do with them once you catch them? And no, a squirrel doesn't count. Have you had any livestock get attacked or killed by predators and no squirrels don't count? Yeah, I've got some foxes. So I've managed to scare away the coyotes and the wolves, but there's foxes. And I have not managed to deal with them because they're nocturnal. Good girl over here. Where is she? Lily. She is not a winter dog. She doesn't like being outside overnight in the winter. And so she doesn't do a good job protecting the animals in the winter. So unfortunately, we did lose some ducks to a fox. Let's bring you guys back up. So that was an issue. I actually put the squirrel in the live trap, hoping to catch the fox to get it off the property. So we will see how that goes. We're gonna split some more wood here in a second. And what do squirrels do? They bite. Can you see that? So I opened the door to the feed shed and the squirrel jumped out and bit me in the shin before taking off. I didn't even know it was in there. It happened so fast. It wasn't until I saw blood dripping down my leg that I realized that he bit me. And they also have they've got gnarly teeth. They'll eat right into our feed totes. So I keep my feed in that shed for all the animals, my grain and my rabbit food and all that. And so they'll eat right through the plastic totes to get to the food. And get a falcon or bird of prey. That would be dope. That would be dope. I have no idea how to train a falcon, but that would be BA. That would be awesome. You imagine we're out here splitting firewood and I got a falcon on my shoulder? That could be a subscriber goal one day. Maybe one day we'll have a saving up for a pet falcon donation goal, and we'll try to get a a My Wildlife Falcon. But for now, we just deal with things the way we got to deal with them. And my dog's eaten a copperhead. Copperhead is in a snake. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Lily's good at catching shrews. She catches lots of mice, but she's never gone after a squirrel. And I don't think I'd want her to. Squirrels can do some damage. And like by the park, they seem so friendly in the city, like by the park. Yeah, in wild though, they're prey animals, so they got to be a little bit aggressive if they're going to survive. Everything wants to eat them, and so they got to be a little bit aggressive. Unfortunately, I thought we had a good thing going. I never attacked it. It never attacked me until it did. And get a pellet gun that shoots toothpaste. Why toothpaste? And do they make such a thing? But losing a pet falcon would be as bad or worse than losing a dog. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. You guys keep the chat going. I'm gonna grab another piece of wood. And Freshly Wild says, I just learned something about squirrels. We're grabbing another piece of wood here. Hopefully an easy one to split. 'Cause I don't think I want to work out that hard right now. We're getting tired after the last one. Okay, let's I'm gonna call it now. This is a one splitter. I'm gonna get this in one solid split down the middle. It's already got a crack. If we get it in one split, I wanna see some hearts in the chat, okay? And if we don't, I don't know, is there a sad face emoji? We're gonna give it everything though. So we're going right through it. Oh, that's a good one. I need at least one heart in the chat for that. Come on, guys. I'll do it again. We're gonna do it one more time. Full power. Let's go. Whew. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing me some love. And feel free to ask any questions while we're out here splitting wood. I don't mind the break, so feel free to keep that chat rolling, guys. I'm loving the hearts. Thank you, guys. I think that counts. That still counts. It's split. It's split. Let's grab another piece. We got to clean up some of this wood here. Oh, we're gonna grab one more. We're gonna grab a biggie. We're gonna grab a hard one. This one's not gonna be so easy. This one's gonna. I don't see many knots in it. It's big, but I don't see many knots. Big. It's heavy. But I don't see many knots. And Patricia says, accept Jesus. Accept with an A, not E. And how old are your kids? So I have 5 sons, 5 boys. 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. They're my little army. And you know what's lovely? So on Sunday morning, they were out for a friend's birthday party. And so I was doing the animal chores on live stream. After I was done, we went fishing. So I took the live trap fishing and we caught ourselves 5 fish, 5 walleye. We had missed 4 more. So it was a good fishing session. And then afterwards, when my kids got home, I took my older 2 boys fishing. And they were just fishing off the dock. And so I let them fish without me after I made sure they were going to be safe and all good. And they fish all the time, so I wasn't too concerned. I was watching them. They had a walkie-talkie. It was safe. But it was so adorable watching my 2 oldest, my 8-year-old and my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old was using the net. My 8-year-old was fishing. And they caught 3 more walleye. And so we had an awesome dinner. And then because of that, my oldest son was stoked to go fishing. So the next day, Monday, I get a text from my wife while I'm at work. And my son caught like a good 28-inch pike, northern pike, nice big pike. And he pulled it out of the water by himself, put his hand right in its mouth. He actually had a bunch of cuts on his hand, but reached his hand right down there, grabbed it out of the water, brought it up to the house. So we had pike for supper. And then yesterday morning, 5 in the morning, I'm lying in bed, I'm sleeping, and there's a little face right here. It says, Dad, you awake? Yes, son. Yeah, what's up? He's like, I want to go fishing. I'm like, buddy, let me sleep for 5 more minutes. So sure enough, he's out there looking at the clock, 5:05. Dad. Yeah, what's up? I want to go fishing. So we get up at 5 in the morning, we go fishing, and we catch 3 more walleye, a crappie, and a pike. It was awesome fishing. And Sonic Cat says, your liver is mine. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not sharing. And Cough Dog says, do you have a Sprinter van or something? I have a Chevy Traverse. I've got a 7-seater Chevy Traverse, so it just fits us all. And if we want to bring the dog or go anywhere special, we just take 2 vehicles. Yeah, one of my friends has 6, and they do have a Sprinter van. Guys, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do another poll. Are we going fishing, or are we going to keep splitting wood? This is the poll. What's next? Split wood, fish. Oh boy. This is not as easy as it seems to try to type in this. There we go. We're gonna split this piece. We're gonna give you guys a few minutes to contemplate if you want to see me splitting more wood or go fishing, because I can take you guys right down there. And what are your laws for fishing? Is there a limit for how much you can catch? Yes. So we are limited to 4 walleye where I live. 4 walleye, I think 4 pike, 20 crappie. I think it's 4 or 5 bass. I have the regulations down by the lake in case I ever get confused. But yeah, there are limits. And Cough Dog says, who voted to split wood? Let me split this piece and we'll we'll check out that poll. Okay, this is a big one. So we're gonna split it and then we'll decide what's next, okay? Oh, we're feeling strong. 1. There we go. Gotta separate that. Split that one more time, because why not? Split this one more time, because why not? Not all year. It's seasonal. So come the 3rd week of May, so 2 weekends, 2nd week? 2 weekends ago, the fishing season opened. There is a delay in the spring where you can't go fishing just during spawning season. But because I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'm the only guy out here, the fishing is usually pretty good. The morning bite and the evening bite. So we're gonna go see if we can catch some fish is my guess. I'm thinking that's what the chat is mostly voting for by the sounds of it. That you guys want to go fishing. Just got to break this one down. Whew. Okay, let's see what these votes say. There's a few people who like splitting firewood, but there's more people who want to go fishing. We can always come back and do some more firewood in a bit. Let's go grab that fishing rod. Let's see if we can catch at least one. We've been doing pretty well. And do you ice fish? Generally, no. I don't like the cold. So up here in northern Canada, our winters get down to -50. This is my sailboat. The winters get down to about -50 Fahrenheit for certain times of the year, and it's nasty. And I do not like the cold. So we do live on the lake. There's the 4-wheeler I was talking about. We got some paddle boards, a kayak, but we're just gonna go off the dock. We're not getting crazy. And Freshly Wild says, how old are you? You're not 40 yet. I did do a YouTube short where I asked that question because I get asked a lot. The beard makes me look old. The face makes me look young. I am 33. And Huey says, Northern Canada, what province? I'm in the far north Ontario. Think up towards Hudson's Bay. But we got this beautiful lake here. And we're gonna catch us some fish. We got some, what do I got on me? Chalk for my kids. Got the fishing rod out. It's a little bit tangled up because my kids were in here. Okay. Surprisingly enough, The fish are biting on just a fake bait wiggly worm and a jig head, just casting it out there. This is all we're using. And on Sunday I was even going barbless. We've got the barb on here now though, because I got frustrated losing fish. So let's get ourselves set up here. Whenever I get one on, I'm gonna turn the camera. I'm gonna get the net set up. Just in case we need that bad boy. And you know what was devastating? I'm not really that upset, but I have a 9-foot long medium heavy rod, 9 feet long, Fenwick. It's a with a bait caster reel on it. Beautiful fishing rod, perfect for this, perfect for casting out, retrieving, and catching fish off the dock. Unfortunately, the kids were being a little bit rough around stuff and it broke. So I did get a repair kit. I'm gonna have to cut and doctor it and fix it. I emailed Fenwick and they basically said, you're SOL. So that's unfortunate, but I'll fix that rod and we'll get back to using that one once it's ready. But for now, we are gonna catch us some fish here. I see some movement. I think the fish are eating bugs near the surface. So we're gonna try to reel a relatively quick, because it looks like the fish are near the surface here. And Christian says fishing relaxes me. And Freshly Wild says you're Jesus's age. And some good bass. So we got bass, we got crappie, we got pike, we got muskellunge. Muskies are big. Walleye. Walleye are the good eaters. We've got perch. I think I named them all. We got a whole whack in this lake. In a couple other lakes, there's a bunch of trout and stuff, but I mostly fish on this lake because it's mine, it's private, it's quiet, it's lovely. And Huey says, nice. Some would say God's country. I would say it's God's country. I love it out here. It's perfect. And Cove Dog says, that's unavoidable when you have 5 kids running around. Cough Dog says, -50 in Mississippi. People flip out when we reach freezing temperatures. Yeah, it's gnarly. I've got some live streams where I was streaming when it was -40. It was -40 out, and I was live streaming. We just started blackout. We've done about 3 casts. So I can see some movement along the surface of the water. So I know they're in here. We're gonna catch some. I've got a squirrel in there just freaking out. He's going nuts. But we're gonna catch ourselves some fish here. We're gonna catch some relatively soon. I'm seeing some activity on the surface. I'm seeing lots of bugs swimming around. The black fly, or the little black flies are biting me here. They're all over the place, but it is what it is. I guarantee we're gonna catch some fish on the stream. Is that for dinner? Nah, it's too late. We actually did eat fish. We ate fish for dinner because we caught a bunch yesterday morning. My son and I, we came out at 5 in the morning and we caught 3 walleye, a crappie, and a pike. And so we had that for dinner tonight, bacon wrapped, some bacon wrapped walleye. Put a little butter in the pan, pre-cook your bacon a little bit, and before it gets crunchy, wrap it around your walleye and then cook it the rest of the way in the butter. Oh, bacon wrapped walleye. It is a delicious treat. You can either do it in the oven or on a frying pan. Either way is delicious. The nice thing about fishing here is I can kind of keep up with the chat because it's just nice and relaxing. And did you move the Starlink, or is it strong enough to reach from the house? We're just connected to it right now. It's strong enough. Oh, come on. That was a fish. Come on. Why'd I get distracted? I was looking over my shoulder. We might still get it. We had a nibble, but we'll see if we still get it. He might be chasing it. I might have scared him, but he might be there. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't see him. We're going to cast again. We are going to catch one. That was a nibble. They're out here. I want to, I got to come out here with my radar or my depth finder, and I got to scan the bottom because I think there's a little hole out there, because I got one spot that when I cast over it, we usually do pretty good. So I got to take a look and see what's on the bottom there. And what are you using for a hook? I'm just using a jig right now, a jig and a fake wiggly worm. We've been doing pretty well with that lately. So I figure if it's working, might as well use it. And Carl says, sorry about your grandpa, Phil Robinson passing. Thank you. It is a loss to me and the whole family. It is devastating. I appreciate you dropping that rip out in the comments. And do y'all swim in the lake? Yes, the lake is perfect swimming. The northern pike and the muskie, the northern pike and muskie, the muskies will get like 7 feet long. They're massive, massive fish, and they're in here, but they don't hurt humans. I've never heard of an actual muskie attack. Sure, people have been bit by them when they're fishing and they, get them in a boat or something, but there's never been an issue that I know of someone like swimming and getting scooped up by a muskie. So for the most part, we just ignore the fact that they exist. And do you grill in the summer? Yes. Yeah, we do a lot of barbecuing. Because we live off grid, I don't have air conditioning, and so the house gets hot. So if you can cook outside, that's a win. When you're cooking meals inside all the time, she gets a little bit hot. And what's the best time to go out fishing there? I would say early morning is probably the best. Evening's not bad though. There's a good chance we're going to catch that evening bite. But the morning is usually really good. The earlier, the better. Sunrise, I would say. So for me right now, that's about 5 a.m. And how do you get power? Solar and generator. So I've got a bunch of solar panels. I got batteries. Is that weeds or a fish? That feels like weeds. Yeah, we got to bring that in. That's not a fish. So yeah, solar powered and then generator. Unfortunately, right now we're using the generator more than we'd like because even though it's sunny out, we've got the duck incubator going and the heat lamp for the ducks. So we're incubating ducks and we just got ducklings. And so that draws a ton of power. And so the generator's got to run every 2 days roughly. And then in the winter, the generator runs about every day and a half. We don't get a lot of sun. And then I've got all the heated water dishes. So all the different animals have their heated water dishes, which just consumes power left, right, and center. I also have currently 3 deep freezers going full of meat. I bought a butchered cow. I butchered one of my cows. I butchered 13 ducks. I got 3 deer. And so I have a ton of meat right now. And so I've got 3 chest freezers full of meat. It is a good problem to have. And if you don't mind me asking, what is your job? So I run a logistics company. We have a bunch. We basically move product across the region, and so yeah, we got a bunch of trucks, a bunch of drivers, a bunch of things. Yeah, a logistics company. And Blackout says, good for winter though. What's that? Having all that meat? And the one and only Nicole says, you're my favorite transgender YouTuber. You know what? If it gets me that like and subscribe, I'll just agree with that. And Cough Dog says, sweet, I'm a welder. Nice. I am terrible at welding. I've done some welding because I've got, a farm tractor right up there. And stuff like that tends to break. And so I do some welding, but I am terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm good. Can't tell. I'm skimming weeds. We gotta catch a fish, guys. We can't not catch one here soon. Can't lose the entertainment of the people. We need a fish. We had 1 bite, but I missed it because I wasn't paying attention. We need to catch a fish on stream. It's gonna happen. The other day we caught 5. We can at least do 1 here. Send it out there. Let's see what happens. And Just a Dude says, good reel. Yeah, she's not bad. My other rod is my Prize and Joy. My 9-foot medium heavy Fenwick 2-piece with a bait casting reel. It's a good like $500 setup. It's a really lovely rod, but currently She's a little broken, so I got to fix it. And Nicole says, I'm confused. You have the head of a dwarf, but you look normal size. What are you saying? What are you saying? You saying I got a big head? Are you trying to call me a transgender dwarf? And Nicole says, you said doo-doo. I mean, I did now. Nicole, are you 12 or 8? You're somewhere in between 8 and 12. Let's hear it in the chat. What? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Swallow it. There we go. Fish on. We got fish on, guys. We got to try to not. Sorry, guys. When I flipped it around, I muted it. I appreciate you guys telling me what's going on because I was talking that whole time. I was saying, let's give some hearts in the chat because we are sending this guy back in the lake. Let's get some hearts and we will send him back. He'll go in with a little splash. Grow bigger, friend. You're too small today. Farewell, my friend. I'm going to wash my hands up and we're going to get casting again. I'm going to change out my worm because he ate that thing. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. We'll see if it's salvageable. But he did not want to let that go. He put a split in it right there. We're going to get rid of that. We'll put a new one on. The line is still good. But this guy is no longer any good. So that's all we're using. We're just using a jig and one of these little wiggly worms. But we're going to get a new one. So bear with me 1 second. I'll give you guys the nice lake view for a second. Let me go get a new bait. All right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're gonna go with the same thing, just a new one, maybe a little brighter yellow because that's what I got in the tackle box. And so we are just going to feed this guy on, try to get it as deep in there as we can. No pun or innuendo intended. Poke her up through, set her nice and firm on there, just like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay. There we go, guys. We never aim to disappoint. We got ourselves a fish. It was a little one. It was a small one. So for that one was probably about 16 inches, but for pike, that's small. We don't want to keep pike unless they're like 25, 26 inches. We want the big ones. We want the meaty ones. So we're going to let that guy live and we are going to catch ourselves another fish. And then let me get caught up with the chat here. Great catch, click like. Will more people start moving there? I'm in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's moving out here. My hair is a disaster. I wouldn't mind living in the woods. You know what I want to do one day? So I plan to build a new house on the property. And when I do that, I kind of want to turn the existing one into an Airbnb. And, you know, we're very early. I'm thinking like 3 to 5 years from now. But if the live stream keeps going and we're all having a good time and everything's going smooth, there are opportunities down the road for anyone traveling through the area that we do, you know, like a subscriber Airbnb. So we'll cross that road down the road. We got 3 to 5 years. We haven't even started building the next house, and I expect it's going to take me at least 2 years to finish it. But we do have aspirations to keep using the current house as a off-grid farm fishing Airbnb. I figure, why not? As much as I'm in the middle of nowhere, you can get here. It's possible to get here. Billy Ray Valentine says you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish. Unless, of course, you play the bass. Bass? That's a good one. You're funny. I appreciate that. How far is the main town? We're about an hour away from the nearest town. The nearest hospital and things like that, about an hour. And Just a Dude says, I would love to live in a houseboat, but it gets old quick. Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that out in Europe. Let me move my net back so I can kind of stand a little further back so we can kind of get a less close-up view of me. There we go. Yeah, there's lots of people who do that because I guess it's cheaper to get dock space than it is to get an apartment in a lot of places. There's lots of people who just live on boats. In fact, in the first kind of town that I lived in on my own, there were some people at the marina that they had bought dirt cheap. They bought a sailboat that had no motor, and the sails were all torn. They got it for almost nothing. And so they got this sailboat and they were living in it all summer while they were working at like a highway hot dog stand, a highway food truck. And then when the summer ended, they just abandoned the boat and took off. They left it at the marina because, you know, to rent a place, you're talking, what, $1,500 a month? Back then, maybe $1,000 a month. Whereas dock space was like $1,000 a year. And so they just abandoned the boat. To them, they probably got the boat for next to nothing. Spent $1,000 to rent a dock. And that's where they lived all year. And Christian says 1 hour, too far. I would never. It's nice though, not having to deal with people. Yeah, the drive to work every day is a lot, but we make the best of it. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I pre-download them off the Starlink and then drive to work every day and drive back. Yeah, it's lovely though. I really like it. And Billy Ray says, I drive trucks. I'll rent the house out and drive for you. There you go. Maybe one day, Billy. Stick around, subscribe. We'll see. If I'm ever in need of a commercial driver and you're ever in need of a place in the middle of nowhere, we'll talk. For now, though, I got nowhere for you to live. I need to build that second house. And one Patiently Happy says, one time a Chinese man, Oh, okay. This sounded like the setup for a bad joke, so I had to pre-read it. One time a Chinese man asked me for directions and I sent him walking an extra 5 kilometers. Was that on purpose or because your directions sucked? And Precious Nature says, show your fish, please. Precious, you just missed us catch one, but I threw it back. So we got to catch more. We just got started. The one I caught was a bit small for me, so I threw it back. And does the mosquitoes ever bother you? I don't know if you see, but I'm swatting at my arms constantly. The mosquitoes are everywhere. There's one eating the phone right now. There's a bunch on my elbow. You kind of get used to them, but right now I'm not used to them. They are annoying. And Just a Dude, any famous outlaws in Canada? Sort of like Billy the Kid figures? Any famous outlaws? No, not really. Not really. I mean, I'm sure there are in myth and history, but none like Billy the Kid. Nothing quite as substantial as that. And 9 says, see-through beard is crazy. Yeah, she's a little rough right now. She's a little rough around the edges. You know what happens is I let the beard grow really long when my hair is long. And then this morning I cut my hair and I didn't trim the beard. And you kind of got to do both. When your hair to beard ratio is offset to the lower half of your face, it looks funky. So yeah, we're due for a beard trim, that's for sure. Maybe tomorrow morning, we'll see. We'll see. And Just a Dude says, I live in New Mexico. Right on. My American geography is terrible. New Mexico is just on the north side of Texas. Is that right? North of Florida, north of Texas, somewhere in there. I know where some of the big ones are, but just west of Texas. But yeah, my wife, she's fantastic because she homeschools our kids, and so she knows the globe inside and out. It's a fun game. I'll name a country, and she's got to tell me where it is, and she'll find it most of the time. She'll get close. She's a lot better than I am. And Justin Dude says, no, we're a long way from Florida. Okay, well, close to Texas. Oh man, we got hooked. We got hooked. We got a little crazy with it. Let's reel back up. I don't normally cast with my spinning reel, so I'm sloppy. But like I said, my bait caster is broken right now, so I ordered in a repair kit and then I'll fix it. I'll run some epoxy and I'll clean it up. And Bentley says, any luck out there? We caught one pike, threw it back, and we're hoping to get some more. It's a little hot today, so the fishing's not going to be as good as it was the other day. It's better in the morning, in the early hours. But we're hoping to catch a walleye here before too long. And pay attention, don't hurt yourself. I might, no promises. And Just a Dude says, anyway, New Mexico is where a lot of the Wild West outlaw stuff happened. That's why I asked. Is that where Red Dead Redemption takes place? And Cough Dog says, is it gray or gray? Definitely EY. It's definitely GREY. And is it kilometers or kilometers? The second one, RES, kilometres. Kilometres. Is this a colloquial thing? Is this going to figure out where I live based on how I pronounce different words or spell different words? And Swoosh says, actually, Billy the Kid was not that bad. You're thinking of Jesse James Canuck. Jesse James Canuck sounds like a Canadian outlaw, a Canuck. And anything biting today? Robert, we caught one pike just a little bit ago. A northern pike, also known as a jackfish. But otherwise, it's a little bit slow. There's lots of bugs out right now, and so the fish have no shortage of food on the topwater. So we'll see if we can land a couple more here before we lose the sun. And Christian says, just a little one earlier, Robert. And Game Boy spells gray, G-A-Y. You're missing a letter, my friend. And Wyatt says, any bass? We do have some smallmouth bass in this lake, but more invasively, we have what's called crappie. C-R-A-P-P-I-E, crappie. My son and I caught one just the other day. And yes, I have 5 kids. That's just some weeds. We're not even going to waste our time. We're going to reel that up and get those weeds off of there. The mosquitoes are atrocious. I wish I was wearing a long sleeve right now. or at least some bug spray. Can you guys see the bugs in the camera? Can you see how awful they are? The mosquitoes want to carry me away right now. Cough Dog says, what kind of music do you listen to? You know what's funny? While I've been at the gym the past 2 weeks, oh, come on. You a fish or you weeds? You feel like a pole. While I've been at the gym the last 2 weeks, I've been listening to a lot of Disney heavy metal covers. The Encanto playlist, heavy metal version, hits hard. We Don't Talk About Bruno and Surface Pressure. That's fire. That's fire. That has been my running go-to. And fish fry vid incoming. You know what? The other day on Sunday when we were live streaming, we actually cleaned up 4 walleye. We processed them on stream. I didn't cook them on stream because I ate them later that day. But yeah, we did fillet them on stream. I got to download that video so I can upload it as a separate video. And you're getting ate up by bugs. They're everywhere, man. They're chewing me up. It is what it is. And user says, does bro know he's good looking? I'm not good looking right now. I'm looking pretty rough. But it's the end of the day, so that's okay. We're allowed to look a little rough. And how long do you run on the treadmill? So my general workout, because I'm trying to work out 5 days a week. My general workout is, come on, no, just some more weeds. I gotta watch that spot. My general workout, I'll run for 5 minutes at about, so I'll run 4 minutes at 7 miles an hour, and then I'll run the last minute at 9 miles an hour. So I try to run for 5 minutes before I start every workout. And then depending on the day of the week, I'll rotate. And then I always end with another run. So I try to run another 5 minutes. My goal is to try to get down to around 0.75 of a mile in 5 minutes, but that's some serious running. I got to be running around 9-10 miles an hour to pull that off. We'll get there. We'll get there. Those mosquitoes are making me itch just watching you. It's aggressive, man. You see me just swatting around. The sky is just crawling with them right now. I want to catch one more fish for you guys. We caught one, but we need another. And Oibik says hi. Hello, Oibik. How you doing? User says, if you're looking to build more muscle, look into creatine. I do sometimes take creatine. It definitely gives you a bigger, more full look. My problem is I have a hard time keeping up with the water demand. When I'm consuming creatine, I get very dehydrated, and I'm not very good at drinking water in the first place, and so it becomes a bit of a struggle. I can feel the headaches coming on, and I gotta really keep up with my water intake. And you should read a book called Slash Ranch Hounds. Slash Ranch Hounds. What is that about? And Freshly Wild says, what does the winter diet consist of? Like, what is available in the freezer? We usually have a ton of meat because come the fall, that's my hunting season. So in the fall, that's when I'm getting deer. That's when I'm getting rabbit. So there's usually a lot of rabbit. There's a lot of deer. Usually also, that's when we're butchering pigs. That's when we're butchering, so pigs, cows, deer, rabbits. The winter, we do well in the winter. Tons of meat, tons of meat. Yeah. And then Lewis says, what is your bench? So right now my bench is not great because my right shoulder's been bugging me. But basically benching a plate and a 25 right now, at least for 3 reps. When I was bigger and stronger, I was doing a plate and a 35. Yeah, I never got up to 2 plates. My shoulder's been just tripping lately though. So I'm taking it relatively easy. I might not look like I go to the gym all the time because I just started again. I took a long hiatus and I'm trying to get back into it. So we've gone every day for the last 2 weeks so far almost. But again, it's a struggle because I live so far. I drive to work. It takes a long time. And yeah, we did skip the gym, if I'm being honest, today, but we went to split firewood instead. I had to work out of town today, and I just the day was getting out of control, and I didn't want to be home too late for the kids. So instead of going to the gym after work, we just came home, and yeah, we were splitting wood during the start of the stream. And stay natural and focus on longevity. And Just a Dude says it's a book where the author talks about hunting big cats with hounds. Those YouTube videos are wild. Watching people hunt wild cats, cougars, bobcat with dogs, that's a wild adventure. Using all the GPS trackers on the dogs. I spent a lot of summers on the ranch that book was written about. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I really want to catch one more before the fish eat me alive, or the bugs eat me alive here. The mayflies are coming out. There's some mayfly. We call them mayflies. Or fish flies. They got kind of two names, fish flies or mayflies. But they're not doing the job. There's not enough of them. I haven't seen any dragonflies out yet. And so we are just getting scooped up. And Freshly Wild says, spending time on the road can be frustrating. Oh, yeah. I do enjoy me some podcasts, though. Lately, I've been binging the Ray William Johnson True Crime. He's been doing a bunch of podcasts and YouTube videos. I think I'm casting a little bit too deep over there. I keep hitting a weed bed there. And as soon as it hits the water, I'm touching weeds. I gotta try to stay above that. The fish are just above that. And yeah, we're just using a fake bait right now. We did really, really well with this. This is all we're using. We did really well with this on Sunday. We caught 10 fish. Like, I only landed 5, but we had 10 on in about an hour and a half of streaming. Right now, we're doing terrible. We've only caught 1 pike. And why don't you try fishing behind you instead of the same place? There's more weeds on both sides of me. Front and back is actually wild rice. Wild rice grows there. So they're below the surface right now, but it's a ton of weeds. And so the only way I'm gonna do anything productive over there is if I'm using a topwater. So if I'm using like a frog or something along those lines. But then I'm mostly gonna be catching pike, and I really want some walleye. And I'm praying that the mosquitoes leave you alone. Thank you. I need as many prayers as you can give me, because they are not leaving me alone. I'm sure you guys can see in the chat that I'm getting swarmed. Soon they're gonna pick me up. That's also not helping the fishing because I keep letting the jig go down a little too low towards the weeds. Holy man, guys. We might have to give up here. I don't want to give up, but these bugs are atrocious. And we're barely catching anything. Like I said, I had 1 bite and I landed 1 pike. No catfish up there, not up here, not where I live. In this lake here, I've got crappie, bass, perch, pike, muskellunge, and walleye. And to be more specific on the bass, smallmouth bass. Holy man, we're gonna try one more cast out this way. Come on, fishies. Come on, let's give the chat something to celebrate about. They're getting bored. They're getting bored looking at us just get eaten by mosquitoes. Come on. Oh. Come on, fishies. I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna give up. I think we're gonna go check on the animals one more time. I think it's time to give up. We'll do one more cast for good luck. Everyone, this one's for you. Okay, let's see if that's the winner. Let's see if that's the winner. Come on, fishies. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That was a bite. Come on. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. I want that fish so bad for you guys. There was a bite. Isn't that the worst? When you're fishing and you get a nibble like that, you'll tell yourself 100 times, okay, one more cast. Okay, just one more cast. Just one more cast. We're gonna do one more. You'll get a nibble like that and it'll just keep you going. Mosquitoes or no. And walleye are fun, and please tap, it's giving me anxiety watching you suffer. Oh, come on. John, I appreciate you just taking this pain away from me. You're just consuming any of the discomfort so that I don't have to. I appreciate your sympathy. And Robert, have you ever thought about stocking the lake, or would that be pointless? There's a lot of fish in here. It's a big lake and there's no one really on it. So there are a lot of fish in here. I think my problem right now is that there's so much bugs right now. There's so many bugs that the fish have no shortage of food right now. A lot of bugs sitting on the top water. And Urson says hi. Hello, Urson. And John says, thank you for bringing us fishing. Well, thank you for joining. I appreciate the company. It makes getting eaten by mosquitoes. You guys don't even see half of them. Like what you guys see floating around my head, that's not even a quarter of what's around me right now. This is aggressive. Ugh. And I feel a sudden urge to watch some Monty Python. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound. And one more won't hurt. What animals are we going to check on? I think we'll take a quick look at the pigs. We'll check on the pigs' water. And then we will go look at the goats, make sure everyone's tucked away for the night, make sure everyone's doing okay. The rabbits should be fine, but maybe we'll check. Oh boy, we hooked the dock. We got a little wild with that one. We got a little atrocious. We're distracted. Let's not hook the camera. Alley-oop, and alley-oop. It's like I'm drinking, but I'm not. Okay. I really just want to get one more fish for the stream. Oh, we can't leave on getting, just one dirty little pike. We need to get some more fish here. This is getting embarrassing. The problem is every time I stop reeling for a second, I get into this stupid weed bed that's there, and I lose any hope I have of catching a fish when we're catching salad. Okay, come on, fishies. And I have been watching you on YouTube and I can see the bugs. I know it's bad. It's bad. I'm getting gobbled alive here. Come on, I want a bite. I want a fish to just eat the hook. I want to catch a monster for you guys. There are some monsters living in here. We got some like 70-inch fish living in here. We just need to catch one. The Loch Ness Monster. Holy. Ah! You guys are going to watch a man go insane on live stream. Okay. Come on. What? Okay, last cast. I'm calling it after this one. We're going to go check on the animals immediately after this. It is getting insane. The bugs are absolutely atrocious. Come on. Come on. This is when we're going to get a bite that's going to make us want to keep fishing. Oh, come on. I just called it. That was a fish. That was a fish. I'm literally... Oh, come on, fish. There was a bite there. I am so full of bug bites. You probably can't see on the camera, but there's little red dots all over my arm. I am just getting gobbled up here. One more cast. We know where the fish is. He keeps biting. He keeps biting. He's just not swallowing the dang thing. I can't set the hook because he's not giving it more than one tap. Come on. Come on. For the people. Come on. Okay, guys. That I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I have failed this city. I have failed you guys. That's it. That's it. These skeeters are carrying me away. This became unenjoyable there at the end. Oh, I should probably put the net on the ground so I don't lose it. I like your passion for fishing. Yeah, unfortunately, we only got one. One is better than zero, but it wasn't a keeper. We threw her back. A bit of a breeze up here. Does Canada have Loch Ness Monster of their own? We just steal everything you guys have. You guys talk about Bigfoot, we talk about Bigfoot. You guys talk about the Loch Ness Monster, we talk about the Loch Ness Monster. I suppose if we were to say there was anything, it'd probably be like a Bigfoot. Maybe. I know that's more of an American myth, but I could see them talking about it in Canada. Let's go see if the pigs are sleeping. And I have failed you, Anakin. I have the high ground. Yeah, I wish there was a breeze. If there was a breeze, the mosquitoes wouldn't have ate me alive. We're gonna check if the pigs are in their hidey hole or if they're still out in the forest here. It's quiet, so I'm gonna say they're probably tucked in for the night. No, they're not. Pigs! Where are you guys? Come here, piggies. I don't see the pigs. We got to go looking. No, they didn't escape. They're probably just tucked in somewhere in the forest here. They better not have escaped. Piggies! Where'd you guys go? Come here, pigs. We're gonna find them. Let's find some pigs. They're probably just lying down somewhere, but they've been good. They better not have got out. They've been in here for a good 5 days now, and they haven't tried to escape. Piggies! I see them. I see them. They're good. They're just, they're in a thick spot up here, but I can see them. They're right here. There they are. You guys see that? That's the pigs. Hi, pigs. I'm not going to bug them too much. I'm going to let them stay in there. This is the one problem with giving them such a large area in the forest is that it's hard to see them. It's hard to see them when they are tucked in here for the night, but they should be fine. I'm not too concerned. It's probably a little cooler for them out here in the shade. Okay, so let's see. How much land do you have? Is it fully fenced, or do you have neighbors or crown land? So Manpreet, I have 156 acres on the lake, and it's a peninsula. So that lake we were just fishing on, it wraps all the way around my property. So it's 156 acres on the lake. I've got about 30 acres of field here. So about 30 acres of field. And then 126 acres of forest. And so, yeah, I got about half an acre fenced off here for the pigs. The goal, just trying to adjust this electric fence up. The goal is, so this field here, let's get a better view. Okay. So my field back here, it runs around that point and keeps going back. What I'm trying to do with the pigs is I'm trying to graze them along this whole edge of forest. And I'm just gonna keep rotating them. That's why I'm using the electric fence, because it's easy to move it forward. And so I'm gonna try to get them to clean up all the underbrush, all the deadfall, and just tidy that whole area up. So that is the goal with the pigs. Rotate them through the forest and let them graze while I feed them. I'm feeding them lots. Don't have to worry about that. But yeah, hopefully they clean up the forest. Give us a little more use of the land there where it's thickest, and we can convert that back to some pasture. Hey, Gabby. Oh boy. Hey, Gabby. How you doing? Goats, let me put you guys away for the night. Let's put the goats back in the fenced area. Come on, goaties. Come on, goats. And how long have you been there? I've been here a year and a half. So when I got the place, there was no fencing. The house was just a seasonal cabin. So what I did is I gutted the cabin down to the studs, and then this area here was just a porch. So you can see how it doesn't quite match up with the rest. It was just a screened in porch. And so we built up the walls, insulated the whole thing, ran all the electrical. Come on, guys, I don't want to let the cow out. She wants out, but I don't want her out. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on, Orion. Maple. Come on, Maple. Come on. Come on, Oreo. Oh, Evie, where are you going? I'm trying not to let the cow out. Come on. Okay, you'll find your own way in. You got to come in. Okay, we're going to lock you guys up in here. Okay, sorry guys, one sec. Oreo, you'll find a way in. I believe in her. And maybe the pigs will root the fox out. I don't know. The fox den is on the far south end of the property. I know where the fox den is. So I don't think the pigs will ever get anywhere close to that. And John says, wow, 156 acres. Okay, governor. Okay, governor. And have you noticed any changes in the property market since you bought? It's still crazy. It's still crazy. We got lucky because I had a really nice house in a town on a lake. And so I was able to sell that for a lot of money. And so I was able to buy this. So we got lucky because the market was crazy when we sold. But it's still, the market up here is still crazy. Everything is going for way more money than it should, and nothing's available. Nothing lasts. Nothing good lasts. 156 acres is easy to find in Canada, but with a lake that size, it's very nice. Exactly. It's hard to find property on a lake with this much acreage. There's so much crown land up here. So much land is landlocked. But to be able to find land on a lake, as soon as we saw it list, what happened was my wife and I had been talking about our 10-year plan. I'm going to set you guys down. Grab a drink of water, and we'll look out at the lake here. So my wife and I had been talking about our 10-year plan. In our head, our 10-year plan was going to be to acquire acreage on the lake. We were thinking a vacant lot with nothing. And then by the end of 10 years, build a new house on it. And we were going to just buy that in conjunction with the house we lived on. But it was a 10-year plan. And the thing with a 10-year plan is once you get a plan in your head, it usually goes a lot quicker, because now you're starting to daydream, you're starting to think about it, you're starting to watch and look. And so sure enough, we saw this property list, and I half jokingly sent it to my wife, said, hey, 10-year plan. And sure enough, she said, book a viewing, let's go see it. And so that's what we did. And funny enough, my main concern was the property. I knew that the cabin was going to be just whatever. I knew I used to be a civil engineer, so I've got a lot of handy experience. I've done a lot of renovations on properties before. And so I didn't care about the house. Whatever condition it was whatever. I wanted to see the property, because you can fix a house, you can't fix property. So the first thing I did when I got here is I just booked her into the forest. I went for a walk in the forest, started bushwhacking, and just started scoping out the woods. And once I realized it was all high ground, it was really good property, useful property, I was already sold. Before I even looked in the house, I knew I was putting in an offer. And so that's what we did. My wife was fully on board. And yeah, now we live out here. We sold our other house, bought this one, and yeah, no regrets there. I mean, how do you not like this? Guys, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. Don't, hey, you're gonna hurt her. These are my little puppies, my puppy goats, and my actual puppy. But yeah, the reason my yard is a mess is we have gutted everything on this property. Not only did I gut the house and fully renovate it, studs up, I also had to rip out all the water lines. They weren't deep enough, so I had to replace the well pump, rip out all the water lines. So that's why my yard is a disaster, because I got to finish grading it. I've got some soil in, but I got to finish that. We built up the barns. I'm looking at building another barn. We upgraded the solar. We gutted this thing and upgraded everything. It's been a journey. They're playing King of the Mountain. Yeah, but you got to watch, because they will literally throw each other off the deck. Guys, let's not rough play on my deck. Hey, that's not for camera. Hey. It's kind of mating season for the buck. Okay, don't do that. You guys are being nasty. Yeah, it's kind of mating season for the buck. That'll give us babies in October. And are you from Canada? Yes, we are in the far north in northern Canada. We're dropping our water. Okay, guys. This has been another amazing stream. I'm going to pause you guys for 1 second because I got to see what my wife was asking me to do. We're going to pause the video for 1 second. I'm going to flip off screen. Oh boy, we're back. Sorry, guys. My wife was texting me while we were streaming, and I need to make sure she didn't need anything, but it was just talking about some plans for tomorrow. We got to keep walking a little bit because the bugs are killing me out here too. And what is the temp? It's cooling down. It feels like it's probably about 71 Fahrenheit right now. Sitting somewhere around that 20 degrees Celsius. And are there schools nearby, or are you homeschooling? If anything too personal, it's all good. No, we're good. We are homeschooling, actually. My wife does most of the homeschooling. She used to be a nurse. I used to be a civil engineer. So we've got a lot of education behind the both of us. And since school is so far, we are homeschooling. We actually use an accredited American curriculums. And yeah, even though we're Canadian, we do like the American curriculums a little better. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this up. The mosquitoes are atrocious, and goats, come on out of there. They're trying to go in my stroller. Come on, guys. I think it is time to wrap this stream up, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me. This has been another awesome chat, another lovely crowd, and Manpreet, thank you. I appreciate that. And Jose says, what's the population of the biggest city around? That might give away my location too much. I'm going to pass on that question, not because I don't love you, but just because privacy is king when you're on the internet. And Manpreet says, great stream. John says, have you ever finished a sentence with a? Often. Sometimes that's the entire sentence. Sometimes you just look at someone and say, hey, that's it. These mosquitoes, eh? And it's actually EH. No A, just EH with a question mark. And when those boys of yours start getting grown, and when your lessons, the place is going to be a well-oiled machine. Already my oldest two were just slaughtering the fish on Sunday. So just the two of them going out there fishing, catching us dinner. It's awesome. Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. The mosquitoes are literally going to carry me away again, so I got to let you guys go before I get scooped up. I will talk to you guys later.